Hi, Steve from Steve M Outdoors here, and today I have a little bit of a do-it-yourself video for people who tie flies and for people who spool bait casting reels. So if you're a fly tyer, you're undoubtedly aware of what this is. It's a bobbin. And if you've ever used one of these, particularly with the light threads that you tend to use for tying flies, you know that it's an utter pain in the rear to get the thread inside of the thread tube. Yes, I believe that's the technical name for it. Now, you can, and you're seeing a picture of one right now, go and buy a bobbin threader. I recoil generally against buying single-use tools. Some of them are useful, like bobbins. They're useful, because doing it by hand is a bit of a pain in the rear. But bobbin threaders, you only use them to thread bobbins. There's not really much else you can do with them. So, you're saying to yourself, well, Steve, instead of spending $6 to $7 buying a bobbin threader, what's your solution? Well, I'm glad that you asked. Make one. They are not very hard to make, and they literally cost you 1 or 2 pennies in materials. All you need are a piece of monofilament thread, and I find that 14-pound test tends to work for this, and about this long. So what is that, about 10 inches or so. A piece of tape for the handle, and to construct this highly complex piece of machinery, you need a set of pliers. I find the ones with the flat teeth, whatever you call that, to be the best. So what you do is you take your monofilament thread and you fold it in half so that it's about roughly equal in length on both sides. And with the loop, you take it and with your pliers crimp it down so that there is now a point at the end of it. This can be a bit tricky because monofilament has a tendency to move around in your hand. I guess the closer you can get your fingers to the end of it, the better. Crimp it down. Then you can take your tape, and I spared you the cutting of the tape on camera, and you just wrap it around the end of it, make a little handle. Boom, Bob's your uncle. And you get, at the end of it, a homemade bobbin threader. To use it, you use it exactly as you would a regular bobbin threader. You take your bobbin, threader, you put it at the end. Of course, my hands are very shaky right now for some reason. I'll do this off camera. You can't get it in. Okay, so once you get it in, okay, you've got your bobbin threader there. And you take your thread, and just as a regular bobbin threader, you put it through the end. Of course, once I do this on camera, it's impossible. Okay, and then you take it, pull it back out, and boom, Bob's your uncle. You've now got a threaded bobbin. Literally cost cents to make. Now, I mentioned earlier that people who put line on baitcasters can also use this. For fluorocarbon and monofilament lines, it's not very hard to get it through the line guide, and also to get it in the little holes of the spools when you initially spool up a thread. But braided line, particularly in the lighter weights, they're just sometimes as slinky as fine thread is. So you can just put this through the line guide, pull it through, put it through the spool holes, pull it through, tie off your braid, and Bob's your uncle. You've got that. So, useful not only for fly tyers who don't feel like spending $6 to $10 on a single-use tool, also useful to people who use bait casting reels and find light braided line a pain in the ass to get on the spool. That's basically it. Now, if you want to go out and spend $6 to $10 on a line bobbin threader, knock yourself out. You can only use it for that. You can't use it for spooling up bait casting reels. If you're a fly fisher, you probably don't care. But like I said, literally costs you probably 1 cent in materials to make. Took you less than 1 minute to make one. And you know what, even if you have a bobbin threader, you might lose it one day or misplace it or it breaks. Boom, you can make one yourself for nothing. At any rate, thanks very much for watching. I hope this was of help to you. As always, feel free to like and share this video, subscribe to the channel, do whatever it is that people tell you to do on YouTube videos. Have a great day. Bye-bye.